Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
I'm Carter Glasscock.
And no guest needed this week, goddammit. We are hanging out Disgraceland Studios, Los Angeles, CA. What's up, fellas?
We had a big get, and fuck them. They decided to... No, there's no get.
Yeah.
It's going good.
We had Brian Wilson all lined up. And
then he flaked, and he's not answering his phone, and I don't know what's going on.
And then we had the guy from Mott the Hoople, and I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, and then we had
Sly Stone.
We had Sly Stone booked, and nothing.
Yeah.
The Weezer's bassist's wife.
Oh, yeah. Several Iranian generals.
Yeah. We had Mikey Welsh, the Green Album bassist. We had him booked.
Is he not there anymore?
He did.
We used to have I wish I had it somewhere. We had a station drop for the college radio station I worked at with Weezer, and his was the weirdest. It was like, hi, this is Rivers. This is whatever. And then this guy just goes, and this is Mikey. Like that.
It was the guy. It was Mikey Welsh?
Yeah, they probably sent it in because I would assume it was probably Hash Pipe era because
sure, yeah, that's when he was in it.
That was one of the old, radio promo tactics was they would send in a CD with a 5-second clip of it being like, my favorite being we are Daft Punk. This is WAGL, Auburn University, Auburn, Alabama. Just like that.
It's like, man, they sound weird for French guys.
Yeah. But it was before they went all robot and shit. I think that was probably their first record.
Sure.
But we had one from Weezer, and I just anytime I played it, you just hear it, Mikey.
Yeah, man, that's the original cameo.
He's not there no more.
Oh yeah, no, Mikey did. He'd been dead for a minute.
R.I.P.
Mysterious circumstances, though. So the whole thing was he tweeted like a year or two, like he was like, "I'm going to die on this day."
Whoa!
And then it fucking happened.
Holy shit!
But it was like not from well, maybe it was, but it was drug.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
It was like it came up in the hey, 2 years ago you said this.
Well, everyone was like, and by everyone, I mean the internet.
TikTok.
TikTok was a flurry about
the CIA took him out, man. He knew too much.
Yeah, he knew too much about where Weezer was going to end up. He's like Rivers Cuomo was like, I'm going to rap. And he's like, I got to tell people about this.
No, we can't let it get out that you're doing Africa by Toto in 10 years.
That's right. That you're going to put out an album called Van Weezer.
Oh, wait, did they do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
God, I just got done talking about a little preview for next week, recorded the Jumbo 2009 year in review, and I had forgotten that is the year of Ratitude.
Yeah.
And their collab with Lil Wayne.
Yeah, and the dude from All American Rejects.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that there's that SNL sketch where it was Matt Damon and God, who's she's like the older cast member. She was like notably old for the time. Leslie Jones.
Oh, okay.
It was Leslie Jones and Matt Damon, and they were arguing over like Thanksgiving. Which era of Weezer is better?
Why don't you grow the hell up? Listen to Ratitude. Listen to Pacific Daydream. Pacific Daydream is not music, man. No offense, but burn in hell. I mean, you just don't understand what Rivers is going through right now. Bitch! Rivers don't understand what Rivers is going through. I understand Rivers better than he understands himself.
What an inside baseball sketch for SNL. But it's like, who vehemently defends post-Pinkerton Weezer? Like, nobody.
Well, I will say the amount of times I've been in a car with tourists from across this great country and across this beautiful blue marble. No, I can't tell you how many times I drive into Beverly Hills, then everybody goes, Beverly Hills!
Oh, right.
That's where I... Like, they just do it instinctively. Ugh, and then as soon as we get to Bel Air in West Philadelphia, and the whole family will rap it. So there's people out there, but I don't think they celebrate the whole catalog. I think it's just like they like the 4 singles that happened after Pinkerton.
We were having a discussion in the Discord. In fact, like yesterday, someone was saying they like Weezer. They're not from America, I think.
Yeah.
And they're like, why do people think Weezer is lame?
I think it's because it's like nerdy guys like hold the first 2 albums as like Bible good. Like they're like, that's like perfect. Like for a nerdy guy with his heart on his sleeve, it's like perfect. And then like after that, he like tried to be like, make Weezer as commercially successful as possible. And Seth will tell you this whole too. He's like, explained it to me many times. But it's like, his whole thing was like he became obsessed with other songwriters. Like he was like trying to write like Billy Joe Armstrong songs or like Billy Corgan songs. And he kind of like lost Weezer's identity.
Which was him writing Pixies songs.
Which was him writing Pixies meets Van Halen meets emo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people just like hold those first two albums to be like perfect.
Yeah. Well, and like any band with a long career and, early career success, it's just slowly people falling off as more and more stuff comes on. But I feel like they're not absorbing new people as they go.
I mean, it's been those three guys. They've just had like a Spinal Tap amount of bassists, but like it's been those three guys.
No, I mean fans. They're not getting
fans.
Yeah, they're just kind of harassing the people that are left on the boat, being like, "No, we still ride with you, man."
Yeah,
it's like, well, would you fucking like me if I did this? Like,
I think it's like people are giving him too much credit to be like, he won't put out another Pinkerton. It's like it's not that he won't. It's that he can't.
It's not in him. He's
like
fucking 60 now.
Like, you don't think he hasn't tried? Like, you don't think that he thought like White Album was like gonna be like the Blue Album, and then like people were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, right, because it's not that.
Yeah. I said this on the episode, but I decided because my name is Rivers and that guy is as well. I was
sure
just
you
like,
must feel some sort of kinship.
I was
with
just
him.
like, no, I don't fuck with them for a long time. And then,
same way me and Nick Carter are basically the same guy.
Oh yeah. But I just didn't fuck with them for a long time, and then working as at the college radio station, they just sent us everything, and I got the Red album, which has him with a mustache and a cowboy hat, and I was
There's
like,
some okay songs on that one.
yeah, well, I put it in, and then I just made a decision to, just as a fun troll, be like, this is my favorite Weezer album. Fuck all y'all.
Oh yeah,
Pinkerton sucks. Blue Album sucks. It's Red Album or nothing. But then Ratitude comes out, and even I was like, I can't even ironically
hard to
this.
maintain kayfabe on that
Yeah,
one.
Weezer and Wheezy coming together. Oh boy.
Speaking of namesake music, I just listened to the Carter 2 recently.
Oh God!
Like, for the first time.
I thought you were about to say 6. Holy shit!
No, God, no. I haven't listened to any of Lil Wayne's full length music, and I listened to the Carter 2, and did I feel like he was telling my story like a little bit?
I am the shooter.
The Carter 2 was like me in middle school.
Yeah. Yeah. Give 3 a listen. That's the best one, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I can dig it.
6 though. Ooh, no bueno. But it is kind of.
I like it.
You like
Like,
Six?
you fuck with Lil Wayne shit?
Yeah, he's one of the best rappers of all time.
I would say
Yeah.
so too. But he had a much longer run than Weezer. I'll say that. But at this point, it's almost like
He's still on a run. He's put out good music with 2 Chainz in the last year.
yeah, his features are still great.
He's still killing it. I think he tried to do some different shit on Carter 6. I hate to be that album defender.
Yeah, all
he's
right.
just doing something different, man.
I mean,
but his lyrics are still the same.
Yeah,
He just rapped over some. I mean, I think he's trying to rap over the style of beats that's popular right now. Some of them have no drums,
Jelly Roll.
or and sometimes you got to get Jelly Roll on the track.
The worst one by far is Peanuts to Elephants, which sounds like, as somebody said online, the startup screen music for Crash Bandicoot. Like, it is
Man,
like
people are
PS1
haters.
fucking-
People are haters. That song's all right. Put it on for Carter.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Let me hear it.
And you know who produced it? Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame.
He knows how to make a banger. Come on.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's some bad AI.
What up, though? All my niggas cut a nigga head off.
This is the whole beat. It doesn't change. There's no snares. It's just
I like
Dude,
this.
this is like NES, dude. This isn't even PlayStation.
yeah, 16-bit. But yeah,
I mean, I think it's kind of hard. I think the guy screaming in the background. And
no, it's an elephant.
Yeah,
It's
it's an
Peanuts to
elephant. Come on,
Elephants.
dude.
Come on, it's the fucking Dawn Patrol. This is the Jungle Book
I need to
Sega
pull
Genesis game.
I need to pull my fucking head out of my ass.
To me, there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see an issue.
People are haters. It's just because it's one of those things where he's such a highly accredited and people love him. He is one of the greatest of all time. So people have a high standard for what he puts out.
That's true.
See, there's a Weezer parallel here though, because it's like he puts out albums that are like that have like a similar theme. Like they're all Carter albums. Weezer puts out all color albums.
Yeah,
but
he's a drug addict. Let him experiment. With
Yeah,
maybe
different
Rivers
sounds.
Cuomo's a drug addict. Who knows?
Well, yeah, Rivers Cuomo doesn't have that excuse, I don't think.
Man, maybe he does.
He's got his hash pipe, but that's
Sure.
all we know of.
Look, we all know smoking hash will make you fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
My favorite,
Hash.
my favorite new rap thing right now is the Quavo I think Jiz song where the chorus is
Jizz?
Let the bodies at the floor. Let the bodies at the floor.
Ooh,
Just the
nice.
whole chorus is just whispering that
Just
while he
drowning
raps
pool.
over it.
That, my friends, is millennial core.
Oh, hell yeah.
But the song bangs. Drowning Pool's getting paid. How can you hate on that?
Sure. All right, who amongst us has their ear to the ground the most on new music?
It's either me or Rivers.
Yeah.
When I get in the car with Rivers, he listens to newer shit that I haven't even tried to listen to.
All right, like stuff that just came out, or just like exploring the back catalog.
I'm a big as soon as I pull up the Spotify, it's like new for you, and I'll be like, oh, all right, cool, new Denzel Curry or whatever the thing is.
Okay. Oh man, Denzel Curry fucking rules.
Yeah, King of the Wild South. That's this fucking great record.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit. If I see new shit on, I listen to a lot of music on YouTube, so I find out about basically singles like that.
I like that you listen to music on YouTube, and yet Rivers combs through the YouTube comments.
Yeah. Oh, I found some good ones on. There's that TV channel Me TV.
Oh yeah, hell
It
yeah.
only shows classic TV.
Show like Andy Griffith show. and
Yeah,
shit like
exactly. I was looking up to see if they have an app. The app is full of reviews from people that think they're writing to the TV station to complain about the programming
That. Oh hell yeah.
of they're so funny. And you can just
shit.
tell there's a million years old and all they do is watch antenna TV and they got some major opinions about how it
sure.
should work.
Dude, the funniest shit, my dad watches MeTV and the quality of the picture is so shit.
Because it's antenna TV. You can only get it through antenna, I think.
Yeah.
And it makes their mid-grade brains very happy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't need all that definition and clarity.
Yeah.
But like he was watching, I forgot what it was. It was I think it might have been Davy Crockett's, like the Fess Parker, Buddy
A
Epson.
Western show.
Yeah, he was watching, but it was specifically something that I was like, yo, this is like in 4K on Disney Plus right now. Like you could watch all of it. And he was just like, eh. Like he's got the fucking remote in his hand, like he wouldn't have to move, but he was watching like the most mangled, fucked up version of this old Western. I was like, two clicks away.
I think for an old person, there's something slightly comforting about watching it in low quality.
On an
Because that
HD.
used to be a thing. You couldn't get the highest quality,
That's
and then
true.
also have commercials.
Right, but then
You
just
know?
on a big ass HD TV is so funny. Or just like, why do you have this TV? Then
It's just because boomers have led charmed lives.
That's
they grew up with Zeppelin, then they got rich as fuck and bought houses, and now robots are like kissing them to sleep.
Yep.
Like it's the best life you could have.
yeah, I think I bought my dad Jaws on every format of video that there's ever been.
Sure.
And I don't think I think he only watches it on TV with commercials. And he
Does he relate to the Richard Dreyfuss character a lot?
He TiVos it and shit like that. Yeah, well, he studied biology, so yeah.
I bet you could see yourself in the Richard Dreyfuss character.
Oh yeah,
Nor this particular problem until swims up and bites us on the ass.
yeah. He's more me coded in his attitude, but he's got the smarts of my dad because
Sure.
he's a fisherman and also a biologist. So he's like, that's my guy.
I look at myself as the crusty old fisherman guy.
yeah. As Quint.
As Quint, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, when Quint shows up in other movies, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot he did
other
other
stuff.
things in the 70s besides getting eaten by animatronic sharks.
Same with Roy Scheider. When he shows up and stuff, you're like, oh shit.
All that jazz, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah. I got
They should make a new Jaws, right, guys?
no. Stop.
No, I think they should make another Jurassic World.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking go see it, and I hate myself already.
I know, dude. It's I can't do it. I can't bring myself to care anymore.
I'm gonna be mad about it, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, if they made a new Jaws, boy, I mean, I'm sure that there's a furious bidding war to make that happen.
Yeah.
I hope Spielberg has one of those, like Zemeckis with Back to the Future, like not until I am dead and in the ground are you allowed to fucking touch this kind of
yeah.
thing.
It's like I'm also richer than God, so that
Yeah.
ain't happening for another 20 years, buddy.
Like, let's hope. The most prime example of like It's fine. It doesn't need to be touched at all. Find a movie with a good premise that was poorly executed and remake that.
You know how horny some executives are for it? It's like, but the animatronic shark looks fake.
Yeah.
Use AI.
Use AI. Make it look real. It's like the same people who saw like Tatooine. It's like, they look like puppets. Make them look like shitty video games. And we'll sell it again and again.
Make it into a flying Israeli bug, man.
It needs a song here.
Yeah,
It needs a shitty song here. Wow. It needs flying spittle.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
And we can resell it as VHS tapes again and again. I'm sure Jaws is, I don't know. I'm sure people have sent Steven Spielberg death threats.
Oh, yeah.
Please let us remake Jaws.
Well, it's like the script is probably just in someone's drafts, and the second Spielberg breathes his last, it's like, publish?
There's several scripts they're mulling over right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, they got to look at the popularity of the Megalodon series.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
the Meg. Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah, dude.
The Statham man.
I was going to say, it's got the Statham stamp of approval, the Stamptham of approval.
Shit. Yeah, I'm derelict in my Jason Statham.
I was like, you're the chief authauthority on Jason
I
Statham.
know, and I
things.
didn't see The Working Man. Yeah, it's
Oh, that seems like it was written by you.
I know. I gotta wait till it comes to Peacock.
That's such a classic, like, action film trope. The guy who's out of it now, a guy who doesn't even do anything badass. He's just a construction worker.
Yeah.
But then they kidnap his fucking daughter or some whatever
Death
happens.
Wish model.
Yeah, it turns out you lit a fuse he didn't know he had it.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Gentlemen, let us light a fuse real quick. This is our heavyweight championship throwdown with Low Energy folks, and
Hell,
today
now we don't have to split it 4 ways.
I'm
too.
tired. Yeah, fuck a guest.
Excuse me.
Rivers accidentally brought 4 glasses anyways.
Oh, no,
He's so used to
I
it.
know. I just keep these up here now
God.
after I wash them, just so my roommates don't make off with them when they're drinking juice.
They're various
drink
juices.
juice.
I live with a couple hummingbirds. Let me tell you what.
Oh,
those
boy,
motherfuckers
I
be
tell
sucking
you.
down that juice.
Yeah, one of my roommates drinks juice, and at some point it's like, you should just drink soda. Look at the like sugar in the back of it.
Yeah,
you should literally just drink soda.
I believe Christy got this for us. This is one of yours that you contributed.
Oh, is it?
Might be an Erewhon situation.
Yeah, we did buy some. It's called VUUM.
Yeah.
I think.
VUUM.
But you would think it's VOOM. It's VUUM.
Yeah.
So VUUM.
It's like
VUUM.
it's like vacuum because it sucks. Huh? Am I right? Did I do it?
Boink.
Boom.
It's distributed.
Sorry about how sweaty my hand is.
It's straight up distributed from Beverly Hills.
Yep.
Okay, local.
I don't know if it says where it's actually made. Anyways, the can's nice and cold. That belt works great.
Oh yeah.
Beverly Hills. I wonder what nefarious celebrity.
Oh.
It's
bad.
a nice pissy, a nice
Bad
dark
color.
pissy color.
Bad
You kn-
pissy color.
You know this person who made this attended Diddy parties.
Oh no. Yeah, this is like awful.
This is bottle of piss sitting in the sun. Also, the piss was from the most dehydrated person in
cloudy
the world.
piss. Cloudy piss.
Yeah, there was cocaine in the piss.
Yeah, this is
What flavor is it?
supposed to be strawberry tangerine.
This is hazy IPA
it-
colored.
And it literally looks like apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
We were joking about the piss thing. It looks like apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Smell that bad.
It smells good, in fact.
Ooh, yeah, weird.
The aftertaste is the first immediate flavor.
Ooh, okay.
It tastes like burp.
Yeah.
It is a little acidic.
Like it tastes like you kissed someone who was mid burp.
I don't actually mind just the initial taste, but the aftertaste is it's kind of like we talked about. We did one from Erewhon, I believe it was called Update, where you're drinking it and it's like, oh, this is, and then it's like a robot stuck its dick in your mouth. You're like, like it just tasted like you licked electronics. That's what it reminds me of. It has the taste of the smell of an overheating motherboard.
Hot and bothered motherboard.
Like it's almost like it should come with the sound of like a Xerox copying machine just going.
Yeah. Shit, it is like acidic.
I would say the normal aftertaste you get from a weird energy drink is right off the bat.
Yeah, it's true. And then there is kind of no aftertaste. It's just that burp flavor.
Yeah. Boy.
VUUM.
Very weird.
Maybe it's the tangerine I'm tasting.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, these are fresh tangerines. So that's probably what they taste like. Is
Well, so this thing has 135 milligrams of caffeine, but 2 whole grams of protein. This is like
Nice.
drinking an egg. So I found this from a blog called Who Do You Know?
I know James Franco.
This is Jake Bell writing for Who Do You Know? He says, if you're the type of person who loves to grab a fun little drink while grocery shopping, there is no better.
Guilty.
There's no.
Excuse me, do you have a fun little drink?
Fun little drink.
I wanted to shop for some pears and some cereals.
But think of the type of person that walks into Erewhon.
They're the type.
They might ask that.
They're the type of people who read a blog called Who Do You Know?
And people who walk into Erewhon are tourists hoping to run into Spencer Pratt. Or they're fucking Spencer Pratt.
I swear to God, with the Erewhon thing, it's become very regular now. If I have teenagers on the tour, they've all seen like YouTubers and TikTokers going to Erewhon and being like, "Oh, look, I got 1 strawberry for $15.
Look at that, $30 water."
You straight up, and they just want to go stare at like the freak show of prices.
Yeah,
and then they don't buy anything usually.
And
Well, how could you? They sell shit like VUUM. And I'm pretty sure this wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
Was it not?
I mean, a normal energy drink right now runs around $3.50 to $4.
Yeah.
I doubt that. I bet this was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I remember the update one that we did from Erewhon that my friend Alexis gave me, but I found out later it was fairly expensive at Erewhon. But
I will say, Erewhon, on the way out, the parking guy gave us a free protein bar and a non-alcoholic beer,
oh, okay, right on.
Okay.
which is
Like, no guilt, my man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, you look like the kind
Wait, like, was the beer open? You want the
No,
rest of this?
yeah.
it was
You want a
Japanese style.
You want a fun little drink?
Just for shopping.
And it's yeah, that's nice that they're giving out the free shit that no one wants to buy there.
Yeah. This expires tomorrow.
My girlfriend also bought like a $9 vegan cookie, and it was terrible. I think gluten free. It was terrible.
Ugh.
It was so bad. One of those things you just buy because you're in Erewhon and you're like, oh, this is maybe could be good. And
Yeah.
everyone in there is a young person in workout clothes.
Sure.
It's kind of insane.
Oh, they have a dating app.
Erewhon does?
Erewhon does. Yeah.
Well, sure what?
Just so you can meet other douchebags that shop at Erewhon there.
Wow.
Yeah, they all in one. It's a one-stop shop. You can find.
That's a good scam because they're like, you should go on a date to Erewhon. Because they
Yeah.
have tables where you can eat it. It's like,
Yeah.
come have a lunch at Erewhon.
Come stare at the Beverly Hills freaks that shop here.
Oh, I mean, look.
Do you go to the Silver Lake one? I guess on the tours you don't go.
I take them to because I always go to Rodeo Drive anyway, and so I always just drive them to the one block over on
Sure.
Beverly, and it's a fucking freak show every time. And I get to be like, "Hey guys, you see that over there? That's Cheesecake Factory #1." And then all the Americans go, "What?
Wow, what a classy establishment.
Is it better in there? Is it fancier in there?
It's tiny, you know."
It's like when people say, like, this is a good McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's like the same shit.
well, sometimes they do with places like this. Be like, this is our flagship store.
No,
We're
yeah.
doing something a little better in here.
We're selling shirts.
Yeah, no,
it's nicer decorations.
It's
Yeah.
just like a smaller place, and I always have to tell people, I'm like, yeah, if you ever wonder why it's so expensive, it's because it started here in Beverly Hills.
There's some chef back there covered in powder, like making the cheesecakes. He's like, it's not right yet.
I dream of going to the summit in Birmingham one day. The real cheesecake
The fruit
factory.
of my labor. I can't place my accent. I think Italian.
I went to Buca di Beppo
Ooh, hey
on
now.
Universal City Walk for the first time, and I swear to God, these people who were I swear they were Italian, maybe
Mamma
French
mia.
came in to eat there. They were tourists, and I think it's like a sick thing how if you were in a different country and they had a McDonald's, you're like,
Yeah, of course.
I want to see what their version is.
I want to see what their stupid version of Italian food
Yeah,
is.
exactly. It seemed like that sort of thing.
I was in Dublin and they had a place that was like Coyote American Grill. And I was like, well, I gotta go in there and just
Yeah.
look at it. And also, it was one of the only things that was open at like 2 a.m. when I was walking around. So I was like, yeah, all right. And it was the worst looking pizza I've ever seen. And we've got listeners in Ireland, and I love your country dearly, seriously. But oh my god,
Your American style pizza is
Terrible.
disgusting.
Terrible.
Dude, when I went to Thailand, like we went to this beach called Crab. It was beautiful. I mean, it's like fucking Indiana Jones shit. Like there's monkeys everywhere and stuff. And it's like, and I had the first night we get there, like everyone's getting like like ramen and stuff, and I was like, oh, the Great American Burger.
Oh, no.
And I got that, and I got fucking dysentery.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like
Yeah.
shitting, vomiting for like 2 days straight. Like, I remember like sweating and like trying to like call my parents back home, and a bullfrog was just staring at me. And I was like trying to get water, and I barfed in front of this other people's apartment, and they looked at me like, whoa, shit.
Dancing on one foot, punching a mirror, looking at the ceiling fan.
So it turns out, though, that the Great American Burger was pretty painstakingly accurate, as it was the worst thing for you.
Yeah.
on that menu.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, I kind of understand that. Yeah. If I'm overseas or even in Canada or something, you're
Sure.
like, well, I got to see the freak show of whatever they think our food is.
Like, we think our culture is stupid. What do they think about
They
it?
Yeah.
just think it's cheese on top of pasta.
Well,
Yeah.
it always reminds me of the Arrested Development, that season 3 episode with Charlize Theron, where they go to Little Britain and they have their restaurant is called Fat Ammy's. It's just guys dressed like Uncle Sam as the waiters, and it's just like giant tubs of like fries with cheese, just like the most disgusting, huge food.
Michael hurried to the British section of Orange County for his date,
Get out of the road!
only to find that Rita had chosen We Britons' one American-themed restaurant.
Hey, dudes, I'll get you a couple of 64-ounce colas to wash down this basket of donuts and get your nachos started.
This is what the British think of Americans. We like our food.
Whatever do you mean?
And I think that is the idea abroad. It's just,
I mean, it's not like unfounded.
No,
go on TikTok and it's like
every
whenever
international.
Carly's watching that, I'm like, headphones.
Yeah.
Let's throw on those headphones.
I'm gonna die.
This sounds like a sarlacc eating a fucking
Jedi.
a sand butthole.
Almost every international guest I have, that is the main comment that they have is like, your food is fucking enormous. I'm like, yep.
So are our people.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is, again, who do you know? They say, if you're the type of person that likes to grab a fun little drink grocery shopping, then there is no better time to be alive than right now.
Not wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
Wait, what about when they put drugs in soda?
yeah, that's true.
Talk about a fun drink.
And it's gonna get like full Orwell.
Yeah.
People drinking happy drugs while they're shopping for overpriced produce.
But
Our grandparents don't have it right.
He says, but in a sea of well-designed but often forgettable beverages, it's incredibly hard to stand out and gain market share. If you've ever been to Erewhon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But VUUM is a standout. And I was like, is it?
Is it though?
But we're drinking this now and talking about it. I will forget this before this afternoon is over.
This is all like pretty standard advertising talking in a sea of mediocrity.
Oh, yeah. It was founded by fitness enthusiasts and college friends from USC, Matt Forsey and Valentino Sinicola, who met in a USC fitness class and were tired of traditional protein drinks that are categorically heavy, chalky, and dairy forward. So they instead made it robot penis forward. Cool.
So workout guys don't like coffee, huh?
I don't think so. I think it's a hindrance.
I think it's harder to chug.
Yeah.
My roommate Justin has said that when he's working out, he prefers something with a taste as opposed to water.
Okay.
So they'll have like, instead of a bottle of water, he'll have like pre-workout or, Gatorade or something like that.
Yeah,
but he's not wrong.
Yeah. Well,
If you've ever been working out hard, you drink water and it's like, I'm working out so hard, this water ain't hitting the same as like a fucking Gatorade would.
Especially if it's like LA Fitness, you feel like you're just putting the sweat back into your body.
Yeah.
well, in this, the horrible robot aftertaste makes you work out harder so you can be done and wash your mouth out. So,
Yeah, if you're fueled on on burps, you can do more burpees.
Yeah. Now I couldn't find it. Both of their Instagrams are private, so I couldn't really delve too deeply into them. They're young people, so I think they're our age or maybe younger.
They must have
if they're our age, they're very young.
yeah.
They
well,
must
for
have
CEOs,
some good Instagrams. Have to have them on private.
Yeah.
They must post some wild ass shit on there.
Yeah.
But this little sentence, I was like, a little perked my ear up a little bit. VUUM, which is entirely self-funded. And I was like, they are rich
nepo-babies.
kids. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Got to be. And especially the fact that they went to USC, the most expensive private school in Los Angeles. That makes sense. But so self-funded. They are scaling by slowly breadcrumbing their brand into the discourse. I was like, I don't like
the national discourse.
I don't like that verb.
We're breadcrumbing our brand.
Yeah. They have beautiful out-of-home campaigns and word-of-mouth strategy. But I did find an interview with them. Matt Forsey, he says, VUUM is the world's first sparkling plant protein drink. We are on a mission to disrupt the stagnant protein drink category. Our proprietary recipe utilizes a clear, weightless, hydrolyzed pea protein, which allows us to create
PEA?
Yeah, unfortunately, because the PE would explain
This
it.
does feel like a PP drink, though. It does taste, smell, feel like
The
a
smell.
PP drink.
The fucked up part is the smell is good. Have you guys noticed often when the smell is bad, it tastes good, and when the smell is good, it tastes bad?
Yes, absolutely.
That's very strange.
The other creator, Valentino Sinicola, says, we want people to think of us as more of a satisfying morning coffee alternative, pre-workout fuel, or refreshing snack to tide you over. Oh,
There's not enough protein in this to be considered enough for any of those.
well, supposedly it's 2 eggs worth of protein. That's what they
so
say.
that's like 8 grams.
Yeah, something like that.
Of course.
Now, I did like this. We want to celebrate the multifaceted importance of protein in the human diet by delivering an option that would be more diverse in usage and help people reach their daily protein goals. And I was like, you can just say diet.
Yeah.
Human is implied, you fucking weirdo.
So it has 10 grams of protein.
Yeah.
Most protein bars are a little more than that.
Yeah.
They have some protein bars that are like 20 or 40.
That must be the weird taste. I think I said 2 up top and I meant 10, but yeah.
Okay, so this is definitely like marketed as like you work out and drink this.
Yeah, I think so. But I guess it's like for vegans or whatever.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because it's plant-based, so it's good for you.
They do say
Sure.
that's the new trend in protein powders.
It's plant-based.
Like these pea-based ones.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because it's not as bad for you as, I don't know.
Cut to 5 years from now study being like, mega cancer.
Yeah.
Should have just had milk.
I mean,
We've been like the guinea pig generation for so much other shit. It's like, why not? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Throw it in there.
Everyone will be dead in a robot car before the study is concluded. So
I think we're all going to be alive until we're like 1,000, but our like limbs are going to fall off. And we're not going to own a house.
Oh, Jesus. Well, anyway, I'm giving that 2
Out of 5?
out of 5. The aftertaste is bad. I'm never going to drink it again, but it's like right up front. If it had cut off there.
It's not genuinely disgusting, but it is not good at all. So I give it also a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to not judge things so harshly based on the fact that they're created by nepo-babies.
Yeah.
Because it's just an exercise in futility. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like they can't help it.
Yeah.
But this does taste like cum. So in that regard, I'm going to give it a 2 as well.
Carter is a cum connoisseur.
Yeah, it tastes like bad cum is what I meant to say.
Not
There's
the,
black
not the good kind.
Yeah, not like fresh off the tap, like stinky old cum.
The tap. The human tap. Suck my human tap. So I've got a couple little quick news items I wanted to share with you guys.
Hit me.
This is Carol Robinson writing for AL.com. Carter and I's home state. Got some crazy news over the weekend. This is Cherokee County, Alabama. 2 men from Cedartown, Georgia. So keep in mind, people who might judge Alabama, these fuckers are from Georgia.
Yeah.
Were arrested.
And we're not Mississippi either.
Exactly. They were arrested in connection to a bizarre incident at the Indian Mountain ATV Park in Cherokee County. Deputies received a report after a game camera captured the men believed to be Donald Robert Hubbard, 66, and Louis Dan Sherman, 52. I love middle name Dan, not Daniel. Just fucking Dan.
I just love 3 first name guys. If someone's name was Carter Sam Rivers,
oh yeah,
that'd be nice.
So they
That'd
were
be our baby, and we'd raise him.
They were caught trespassing on the ATV Park's property. In the footage, Hubbard pulled his dick out and waved it directly in front of the game camera. The situation then escalated.
Couldn't help himself, could he?
He knows a good prank.
He does.
He's like, I bet someone's watching this right now.
About to hang helmet.
But that's the thing. He won't stand on business because the next thing that happened,
Just like Justin Bieber says.
the situation then escalated when the 2 men tried to destroy the device to cover their tracks. They began trying to shoot the camera.
I fucked up. I'm not going to jail, dude.
I'm not going down because of your dick, Robert.
Do they not understand how these cameras work? It's already been recorded.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't destroy it now.
It's not like in the camera.
Yeah.
It's like the Zoolander.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're in the
files are
computer?
in the computer. And so they began trying to shoot the camera. And this is,
Trying.
well, yes,
Jesus.
trying because, and this is what the article says, several of their guns malfunctioned before the men eventually succeeded.
Several?
Several. So these guys just have a backpack full of pistols, just being like, oh, that one's fucked
Let's
up.
see, this Revolutionary War era pistol is not working. Let's see, this 1920 style Tommy gun's not working.
My blunderbuss is shit.
Yeah, my blunderbuss.
So
There's nothing more you want for self-defense than a gun that doesn't work.
Seriously.
a lot of them.
Well, I just like whenever I go out in the streets, I just bring options. You know what I mean? It's like shoes.
I like the Dirty Harry. It's like 3 of these guns don't work. Do you feel lucky? This is a quote from the sheriff. Despite their efforts to erase the evidence, the footage had already been secured. So, as you said,
It's like a Ring camera. It's uploaded
It's
to
there.
a cloud.
so arrest warrants were obtained and both men were taken into custody by the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
I like when I hope when the warrants were issued, it was just like close up of that guy's dick.
Well, so
They would have had to show that for evidence, I think.
yeah, probably.
well, so I believe, because I didn't find the video itself,
Damn it.
but I found in the Facebook.
Did you at least find a picture of his cock? Or?
No, but it was apparently out there because in the Facebook, like, so the sheriff's office posted like, "Hey, we arrested these guys," and there was a bunch of comments from people in Cherokee County being like, "I'm glad they found them. That footage was fucked up because apparently they were with some kids."
oh,
Which makes it even fucking crazier. They're just like, "Hey, son, you want to see something funny?"
flippity flop, flip,
Right,
flop,
right.
flop.
I call this Happy Dad.
Oh,
God damn it,
shit.
Corey! And then like pull out a poison dart.
Kids, let me show you how to do it. And then they just pull out 6 guns that don't work.
But like,
Man, fuck this camera.
Well, the other guy was like, damn it, you just showed him evidence that we're child molesters.
well, funny you mention that. They both are.
Oh wow! Wow!
Because
Were they with like fucking kids they
I
abducted?
couldn't figure that part out because they just did not mention this element in the police report. I
Holy
only saw
shit.
this. This is alleged because there was just a piece of information in some sort of video that got posted by, I assume, the people that own the ATV park being like, "Hey, who is this putting their dick in my camera and then shooting it?" Because a bunch of people in the comments of the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department had reported like, "Oh man, that guy had a little dick." Like they had seen the video. They were making fun of his dick and been like, "It's fucked up." And then a few people were like, "Oh, he's a convicted child molester." And then someone was like, "Both of them are."
Whoa!
Yeah, and that is why they were charged with public lewdness, criminal mischief, and they were certain persons forbidden from possessing a firearm. Sherman
I'd imagine.
Sherman is charged with certain persons forbidden to possess a firearm and 3rd-degree criminal mischief for shooting the game camera. So I Googled these guys, and, you know, it's alleged. Maybe there's another Donald Robert Hubbard of Seavertown, Georgia. But somebody with that name was convicted in the 90s of molesting an 11-year-old. And I couldn't figure out what Louis Dan Sherman did, but vicious rumor and innuendo on the Facebook group say that he did similar acts. Although I did find out that Sherman did have a great uncle named John.
Figure that like child molesters don't hang out with each other.
Oh, apparently they
know.
Apparently they do, and they bring their kids along for the journey to wave their dick in the camera.
Well, one time I was looking for jobs, and they have all these jobs that are like you're the leader for group therapy for like guys who do domestic violence or something.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like, so you're just getting a bunch of these insane guys in the same room. Maybe they have a similar thing for sex offenders.
Yeah, maybe.
So they just meet up with each other and learn how to be worse.
Well, there is that like town in Florida where it's just all convicted sex criminals because they can't live anywhere else.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, hell yeah. Bingo. Boom, up top. Boing.
Is there really? God, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, because they can't like live anywhere else. And I guess the city was just like, I guess you can... I don't know. We got nothing else going on. You might as well live here. And so there's just a bunch of them in one place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found out that
gotta cancel my vacation there.
Yeah, I know you had like those, you had all the stuff ready. You had like that shirt, that Tommy Bahama shirt you've been wearing.
I found out that Sherman had a great uncle named John Wilkes Sherman. It's like, wow, your family sucks.
John
bro.
Wilkes Sherman, Nathan Bedford Forrest Lee.
His last name's Sherman too, so I was like, why didn't you just change the last name if you were going goofy? He's the guy who burned fucking Georgia down, you moron.
They probably weren't going goofy.
Yeah, no, they were highly serious. And he was listed as senior, so there might be a cousin floating around that's also John Wilkes Sherman.
Yeah.
So that means John Wilkes had like a Kyle Rittenhouse like response to some people that are like, no, he did a good thing.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, he was born in like 1901. So you're definitely, it was, because this guy's old. So this is his great uncle. But anyway, thanks, findagrave.com. That was what happened when I Googled that guy's name. It was like, well, we have him listed as the great nephew of a guy named after the murderer of Abraham Lincoln.
Findagrave.com.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite website.
It's my favorite website. I need to know where corpses are.
It's not always accurate, but you know.
I've gone and tested this theory.
I mean, yeah.
Sometimes you dig them up and it's not the same person. It's like they need to get their shit right.
That's true. Damn it.
How have you figured them out to be wrong before?
So I was writing an episode of The Dollop about a cowboy who the last book that was written about him was written before the internet. And all the historical stuff that I found that was written about him all end with him getting out of Folsom Prison and then getting on a train, and all of them end with like, some say he went to Mexico, others say he went back to Kentucky. We may never know what happened to the bandit known as Dick Fellows, and real name George Britton Little. And so I started researching, obviously, after the internet was a thing, and I found him immediately.
Obviously.
Yeah. But I found him immediately through like newspaper records and stuff. And basically, he moved back to Kentucky. When he was a highway robber in California, he was named Dick Fellows. That was his nickname. But he only changed his name because he came from this very prominent, he was a nepo-baby. He came from a very prominent family in Kentucky. And so when he got arrested, he never said his real name.
I'm trying with these nepo-babies. I'm being like, some of them are...
Oh, yeah.
Just let poor people be robbers.
Right,
Come
right.
on.
Real.
Don't take a job away from a poor person.
Just enjoy your millions in a fucking mansion.
He drank away all his money after the Civil War, so he had to do something. So he came to L.A. and fell in with a bad crowd. I'm sticking up for him, but he moved back to Kentucky, started going by his real name, George Britton Little again, and just became an insufferable pedant. And he would write letters to the newspaper of just being like, I insist on a Spanish education. Everyone's teaching German. That's bullshit. We need to teach Spanish. And he was fluent in Spanish, and he taught Spanish classes as an itinerant teacher and stuff like that.
I guess he was right on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'll stick up for him. But he would write these very long letters to the paper being like, we must teach Spanish. And instead of just saying that, it would go on for like 2 pages. You're just like, we get it.
Yeah.
He was very boring for a guy who did nothing but rob Wells Fargo wagons for like 20 years. And then he goes back to Kentucky and he's boring. Now, he stops writing letters to the paper in 1922. There's never another one published. So I was like, he's dead, because this guy would never shut the fuck up. He would never stop. He had to have been dead. But that part of Kentucky, there's a lot of people whose last name is Little. And there happened to be another guy named George Britton Little who died in 1930. And I was like, it's not him. They're not the same guy because he's way younger. But I'm
never wasting money on 23andMe.
I'm telling you, this is newspaper.
Find a grave.
Find a grave.
Seriously.
Well, Find a Grave's fucking wrong. That was my point. It's like, no, you're not. This isn't the same George Britton Little. It's a different one. And
Slacking.
And I explained this to the state of Kentucky when I wrote him a letter for his death certificate, and they proceeded to send me the guy who died in 1930, and they were like,
Find a Grave is AI generated.
It was wrong. Oh no, the state of Kentucky's fucking death records are AI generated. I told them very specifically. I'm like, it's not the guy who died in 1930.
Man, I've been saying it.
I'm telling you. Anyway,
maybe he got his hands cut off and spent 8 years with no hands.
Well,
and he couldn't write a letter anymore.
Or diabetes, you know?
I mean, well, the thing is, after Dave and Gareth did the episode, I got a letter from newspapers.com, an email, a smoke signal. It was an email that said,
carrier pigeon.
It said, just added 300 newspapers from Kentucky. And I was like, oh shit, clicked on it, immediately found the guy. And he did indeed die in 1922, just like I thought. So, justified.
Roasted.
But anyway, point is, Find a Grave is wrong sometimes, but good website.
Just email Rivers instead.
Yeah. Just email me. I'll go on the hunt. Speaking of on the hunt, so Palm Beach County, Florida, according to the Martin County Sheriff's Office, last month, 23-year-old Evan Scott Boble drove his blue Tesla through the iconic Hobie Sound restaurant, Harry and the Natives. I was like, that's such a fucking weird name for a restaurant.
This all sounds not real.
Yeah. So he drove into the door in the middle of the night. Once he had breached the door, he went inside the restaurant and moved tables aside and dragged his car charger and tried to charge his Tesla at the bar.
I will say, so Carly has an EV.
Oh, word.
And she has an EV. She's very proud of it. It's like, how awesome. She makes
it's a Cybertruck.
She's a big Elon fan, so she got a Cybertruck. But she's like, no, it's a whatever the Subaru one or the Toyota one is.
Oh, okay.
And but she's like, she always makes people who get in like, how awesome is my car?
Like genuinely,
yeah, like half kidding, but also be like, isn't it great though?
Oh god.
But like the charging element of it is quite the pain in the ass.
Yeah, because y'all don't have chargers on your street, do you?
Well, she has to go to these
Target or some shit.
Well, you do get 2 years of free charging, which is pretty cool.
From where?
That's the thing. It's like from like these like little stations like in front of the Trader Joe's off of Sunsets, and there's always like people like will cut you off and run into your car in order to get there first, so they can put their car in the charger for like an hour and a half, and they just wander around like lost children around the 8,000 center.
There's some in a parking lot in Los Feliz, and I've literally seen a guy watching a movie on the screen of his car because he knew he was going to be there for so long.
I was going to say, at least there's that theater next to that Trader Joe's, so you could go watch a movie while it charges. But
that's true. That's true. I mean, it takes, and then, like half the time you'll like go back down and you're like, God damn it, it didn't charge at all.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, like the free ones, like they fucking suck. But it's also like, but it's the principle of the thing. So you get like 2 years of free charging, but it's like, or you could pay like $20 and get a full charge. It takes like 5 minutes. She's like, no, it's the principle of the thing.
Where's the 20-minute one?
I don't know. I guess they're all over.
The Tesla ones, probably.
The Tesla ones, yeah.
But they still take a while.
Look, I mean, we're all going to be driving those things at some point.
Definitely.
But, it's I think they got some kinks to work out on the fueling aspect of it.
Yeah.
The problem
take.
The problem with anything like that is that if you put anything in public, there's going to be eventually one person that's like, why should I treat this like a thing anyone else is going to use?
Yeah.
Or why should I not just vandalize this while I'm walking by? It's like that on every bus and stuff like that. Someone on there just is like, I'm just going to break this thing or fuck it up purposely.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, there goes the thing that was meant to be shared among everyone and be nice.
Yeah.
Now it's fucked up because of one guy.
Thanks, fella.
I wouldn't do that, but I will absolutely park in a Tesla fucking charging spot at the Target in East Hollywood because fuck you.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you going to say? Mine's not a Tesla? I believe it is.
The when Elon revealed that shocking information that Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
The amount of Tesla owners being like, you see, he's one of the good guys. You see?
Yeah, he's avenging, as if there's not pictures of him with Ghislaine Maxwell everywhere on the internet.
Trying to scrape off the sticker on the back of their Tesla that says, not a Nazi Tesla owner, just a regular insane rich person.
Yeah.
Just the Epstein Files one.
Yeah.
I'm an Epstein truther.
Oh, well, speaking of truthers, last story here. Mike Lindell, our favorite, lost another lawsuit last week. This one was with Eric Coomer, the Security and Product Strategy Director at Denver-based Dominion Voting Systems. A federal jury in Colorado awarded Coomer $2.3 million in damages. He sued him after the Pillow Man called him a traitor and accused him of stealing the 2020 election on his media platform, Frank Speech. Yeah, I like that he attacked him from a thing nobody watches or gives a shit about, and he was like, no, I'll sue him. Dominion's voting machines became the target of elaborate conspiracy theories amongst allies of President Donald Trump, who continues to falsely claim that his loss to Joe Biden in 2020 was due to widespread fraud. Fox News had a lawsuit with them, and they settled, and Newsmax had to apologize publicly. But, as usual, Mike Pillow is left holding the bag. Lindell said he used to be worth about $60 million before he started speaking out about the 2020 election and is now $10 million in debt. So,
I'd love to be $10 million in debt, because that means I'd still have a good life. If you can get to $10 million in debt, you got a lot of opportunities going on for you.
yeah.
Hopefully you accumulated a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rolling Stone reported that Lindell seemed almost giddy to make his case in court ahead of the trial. Quote,
He seems giddy to still be in the public eye. Like this guy.
he says, of course I'm going to testify at my own trial. I have nothing to hide. I'm a former crack addict. I've always been open about that, and I've always been open about everything. I'm as transparent as they come. So at a press conference leading up to the trial, Lindell was asked who was behind it all, and he said, it's the Uniparty, deep state globalist, and the Chinese Communist Party. That's who I believe. This is much bigger than all of us. We're in a battle of biblical proportions of good and evil. You know, this is a nation that turned its back on God. So when you ask who's behind it all, well, Satan, that's one.
Yeah, for one.
I love it. It's speaking of SNL in the 90s, fucking Satan. He just did it.
Could it be Satan?
So Monday evening, Lindell texted a reporter at Rolling Stone, quote, awesome win. MyPillow, 100% innocent. Fucking lost. So why was he reveling in this supposed victory? Presumably because the jury damages awarded to him were significantly less than the $26.7 million sought by the attorneys for Coomer. In his text to Rolling Stone, Mike Lindell added that he planned to appeal the ruling, declaring
He's like that guy he's impossible to make fun of. He's like, I actually wanted my tires to be slashed. So that's good actually for me.
I wanted you to drive your Tesla into my bar at Hideaway Island. Yeah, so his last quote here, my fight to get rid of the machines will continue on stronger than ever. He has also been sued directly by Dominion and by Smartmatic, another election hardware and software company, about which he made wild claims. Dominion is currently seeking $1.3 billion in damages from him.
Wow.
And Smartmatic has let the amount go up to the judge, but it's safe to say Lindell is nowhere near close to being out of the woods.
Mike Lindell has a family, right?
Yeah, he does.
When the absolutely evident coronary takes him, his family is going to be saddled with generations worth of debt.
What did I just say? Like $1.3 billion. If that,
until the sun burns out, his family won't be in debt.
Yeah, there's not enough stuffing on Earth to make that many pillows.
He doesn't care. He's just like, I have like 5 more years at best.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm going to die of a stroke while I'm driving.
I was just reminded of one of my favorite historical figures, Haru Onada, who was a Japanese soldier who served as a second lieutenant in the Imperial Japanese Army, and he continued fighting for 29 years after the war was over in 1945, carrying out guerrilla warfare on Lubang Island in the Philippines until 1974. Huh. That's Mike Lindell. He's the last guy on this. Like, the 2020 election was stolen. Yeah. My officer would never surrender to the Americans. Like, he's the last fucking guy.
He's going to be the guy at, like, the gallows being like, I was always a good soldier.
It reminds me of him because, with Mike specifically, and based on his past drug use, he's the perfect crack guy because he's at a party where everyone else is drinking. And at a certain point, people are like, all right, man, I gotta fucking get in the cab. I'm done. And he's just like, come on, guys, it's not over.
I think a lot of sober people, they'll just transmute their addiction from one thing to another.
Sure.
To craziness.
Yeah, to craziness.
Which is, I think that's Mike.
yeah. There's a pattern, though.
You can be high on being crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Sure.
I mean, James Brown, high off of God.
Yeah.
That's why I led police across all of Georgia.
It just shows like just the absence of drugs isn't like fixing the problem.
Right.
Like you're just gonna take that shit somewhere else.
$1.3 billion, the Pillow Man.
If this jury sides with Eric Coomer, will it give you pause? Will it give you a moment where you say, maybe I'm wrong about this election stuff?
Never. I'm not wrong.
This is the moment in March 1974 when Lieutenant Hiro Onoda finally walked out of the Philippine jungle. 29 years after the end of World War II. For nearly 3 decades, he had resisted all attempts to persuade him the war was over.
We have a segment on this show called Top 3, where we get our listeners to write in with top 3 lists they wish us to populate and opine upon. We haven't done this in a while, so I figured this would be a good time. First up, this is our friend Andy Awancio, friend of the show, writing in the Discord, wants to know top 3 robots. It might,
Kick us off here.
It could go any way. You could go non-fictional, but really, based on what I've seen, all of the non-fictional robots either infuriate me or scare me.
Yeah, me too. All the Boston Dynamic ones aren't fun.
It's either Coco, the fucking food delivery robot, which is just irritating, or it's Boston Dynamics or Waymo. It's one of the three where you're just like, yep, there's no recourse for the danger this poses to humans.
Yeah.
So I went fictional. Number 3, I mean, what used to be a deep cut Star Wars character, but now, thanks to Taika Waititi, is a little bit more, mainstream, thanks to The Mandalorian. IG-88.
Yeah.
So, famous scene in Empire Strikes Back. All the bounty hunters are standing around. You got Bosk, you got Forlom, you've got Zuckuss, you've got Dengar, and of course, IG-88 and Boba Fett. They're all standing around, and I was always like, that looks like a cool robot. But they never showed him doing anything. He's literally just standing there.
Yeah.
And
he turns.
Yeah, he slightly turns.
I think they turn him.
Like, literally, maybe this much, if anything. And I think his head, actually, I don't even think his body moves. I think it's just his head. But, many things I like about Mandalorian, particularly in the early seasons. But one of them was using an IG robot and giving him the 360 ability to fucking shoot, which fucking rules, and run like a psycho and have Taika Waititi's fun Kiwi voice to him. So that's number 3.
It's a good one.
Number 2, of course, Terminator. Gotta be T-800 specifically. Somebody in the Discord asked me.
So that's the first Terminator.
Yeah, that's Arnie. Arnie. Yeah, classic Terminator. Speaking,
but not good Terminator, like evil Terminator.
Yeah. Well, and it's the same model. Still T-800. It just.
I thought he was T-100 in the second one.
Nah, I think he's T-800. He's T-800.
The 200 extra made him nice.
T-1000 is
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, the liquid metal guy.
Yeah.
But no, I said this. Actually, I could connect this to something we said earlier. Terminator is the Weezer of movie series. Because
boy, the first two rip so hard. They're undeniable.
2 of the greatest films ever made, and then after that,
like no one goes to bat for fucking Terminator Salvation.
No, but
Genesis
or
any of those. But that's how cool Terminator is that just on 2 movies alone, he's still my number 2 guy.
Yeah.
And then number 1, of course, Marvin, the paranoid android from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hey, Marvin.
I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed.
Oh, God.
Well, here's something to occupy you and keep your mind off things.
It won't work. I have an exceptionally large mind.
Marvin.
My favorite Marvin quote, the first 10 million years were the worst. And then the second 10 million years, they were the worst too. The third 10 million, I didn't enjoy at all. And after that, I went into a bit of a decline. Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide. Life-changing book. Give it a read, folks. What do you got, Carter?
Number 1's pretty obvious for me. But Roy Batty from Blade Runner.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Rutger Hauer is the best. I mean, I think it works that he's doesn't look at all like a robot.
No.
So he's just conceptually a robot. I mean, he's a robot. He's an android. But the whole thing is he's striving to be human, and he's the most human character in the whole story.
Yep.
But he's the only one that's outright labeled a robot from the beginning, and then you kind of assume the rest of them may or may not be.
Yeah.
But he's the one that has the most pronounced human emotions.
Oh, Tears
and
in the
best
Rain.
Rutger Hauer. Oh, best speech that he improv'd, and best performance from him, and. That's. I guess that'd be number one.
We had him booked on the show today, but he didn't get back to us for some reason.
His phone.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's everyone's phone's fucking up.
Yeah. This happened to us with George Jones really early on in the show.
Yeah. We tried to get Marcus Aurelius on the phone on it, but he wouldn't do it either.
Episode 5, No Show Jones, still holds up, folks.
I was gonna say the evil Terminator 2. Just because, I mean, Judgment Day rules.
Yeah.
But I think the first Terminator is better. And I think that, I think Arnold, everyone, he was obsessed with being, a good guy and everything from then on. But it's you're so clearly a bad guy, though.
Right.
You're such a good bad guy.
Right.
And you have
such action films. I would say he's a great comedy character.
I mean, I think it's him watching him play against type can be kind of delightful.
Great politician.
Yeah. I like his views personally.
Absolutely. I love how he sat down with Enron people.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But it's that's he's when he doesn't have to speak much and just be imposing.
Yeah.
Then he rules. But it's funny listening to him be try to be optimistic as a robot. But,
yeah.
I mean, Linda Hamilton walks away with the second Terminator.
That's true.
And Robert Patrick.
Yeah, I just rewatched Twins.
Twins, yeah.
I was he is a great comedian because he knows what he is. He knows he's an impossible man that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, he's very
So anything he does is going to be pretty funny. So he just as a physical comedian, I got to give it up to Arnie.
Sure. Okay, I'll say the crow-looking robot from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh yeah, sure, Crow.
Yeah, Crow.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Shout out to Jonah Ray. I think did the new one.
He did the new one, and and Patton Oswalt was in it.
Baron Vaughn as Tom Servo.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. What you got, Sam? Top 3 robots.
I mean, if we're speaking of Star Wars, you got I don't remember the name, but it's the little round one that rolls around on the ground.
R2-D2?
No, the
BB-8.
BB-8. The sphere one.
Yeah, BB-8.
He's cute.
Yeah.
You got to love a cute robot.
That's true.
He is cute, and he swivels around that ball. It's nice.
Yeah, I like it. I like him.
Speaking of when I do tours, people go to Disneyland. They always have to end up buying their kids a fucking $500 remote control BB-8. So
they're cute.
Yeah.
Kids love them.
But the adults are fucking pissed. They're I spent all my fucking money on a lightsaber and a fucking BB-8, mate. I don't got any fucking money left for booze.
I forgot. I was going to say Alicia Vikander from Ex Machina. That was
shit.
I take that over Crow.
Oh, I didn't even fuck, man.
She's so fucking good in that movie.
So good.
Oh my god, she's so scary in that movie.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one.
I thought of it in my house and I forgot it.
So let's go to a better one.
right.
Bender from Futurama.
Oh yeah.
He cusses. He gets drunk. He smokes, dude. He's fucking cool as hell.
They make pipes out of him.
Yeah, he bends stuff.
He's the main comedic voice, I guess, in that
John
show, right?
DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio.
He's the comic relief.
He's the comic relief in that otherwise very serious show.
Yeah, we were just talking about on the 2009 episode that's coming out next week about sort of the birth of podcasting because that's about when it happened. And I can't even remember what show it was, but I remember it was Billy West and John DiMaggio were just on some podcast for 2 hours just doing voices at each other, and it was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard. I wish I got somebody tweet at me or shoot me a message in the Discord and tell me what it is, but Billy West he does Doug
He's Fry,
and all that, but they've all done 5 bajillion things.
Yeah.
And so they're just kind of talking about their process. But
which honestly, it's you know what, fellas, why don't you make some room?
Yeah. Come on.
We don't need that voice for everything.
Yeah.
John Benjamin got in there as one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
I would say to casual fans, Bender is also the favorite character he's crossed the planes where people make bootleg Bender shirts and because he gets drunk and it's funny.
Yeah,
so you put him in any situation, it's hilarious.
I was always a Zoidberg guy, but Bender's close second.
Oh, Zoidberg's great.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. You need the little fucking Jerry Lewis character in there.
Yeah, he's the Dr. Spachimin or whatever.
And third, it's hard. I would like to. It's funny. I like the most hilarious ones is when the past tries to conceptualize what a robot is or will be.
Oh, yeah.
So Short Circuit.
Oh,
holy fuck. It's just all over the place with its design. It has like tank treads for legs. It has like a surveillance camera for eyes. It talks in a high-pitched, annoying voice.
Yes.
It's everything about it's a great thought of what a robot could be, and they miss every mark.
Yes.
And that's funny to me. Also, I like in Ninja Turtles the Krang.
Yeah, the brain, the floating brain, right?
The fucking bodysuit.
Well, he's in the stomach, and then the guy, I think is a separate character, is a robot.
Oh, is it a separate? I always thought he was controlling just like a mech suit kind of a situation.
No, I think they have different names.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Gotcha.
Anyways, he's cool.
Hell yeah.
There's so many robots and so many different things. You kind of forget how many robots there are. You know, you could say the Itchy and Scratchy robots from the Itchy and Scratchy Land episode of The Simpsons. Those are some pretty cool robots.
Sure.
I like that one. Oh man.
Or the robot from Old Glory Insurance that eats old people's pills.
What?
Oh shit!
Remember
oh my god!
the Sam
SNL,
Waterston?
right?
That's one of the best ones. It's this SNL parody commercial where it's called Old Glory Insurance, and it's Sam Waterston from Law and Order.
I'm Sam Waterston of the popular TV series Law and Order. As a senior citizen, you're probably aware of the threat robots pose. Robots are everywhere, and they eat old people's medicine for fuel.
I was like, this funny shit where they were talking about Sam Waterston in it, and he was like, he did not want to do it
because he did like an insurance company commercial or something like that.
He wasn't even like the host of the episode.
Oh, really?
Like, they got him to do it, and he did not want to do it. And he was like, "How do you want me to do this?" And he was like, "Exactly like you are right now. Like, act like you don't want to do this. Like, you're just phoning this in because that's exactly how this would be sold by a celebrity."
That
is so funny.
Fuck, I haven't seen that in years, but yeah.
Oh man, yeah, Old Glory Insurance. It's one of the best ones.
That's got to be Jack Handy. Yeah.
They use old people's medicine as fuel.
You need to feel safe. And that's harder and harder to do nowadays because robots may strike at any time. And when they grab you with those metal claws, you can't break free because they're made of metal and robots are strong.
Fuck. This next one, Chris Murphy wants to know top 3 foods you would be able to eat dangerous amounts of if you had them full time. So run down mine real quick. Number 3, because I do this and I have to stop myself from getting a second bucket so often, popcorn. I go see, we're kind of talking about bad movies at the beginning of this before we started rolling. I'll go see bad movies because I like popcorn and air conditioning.
Sure.
So
popcorn's good.
I mean,
don't get me wrong, popcorn's good.
When it starts getting hot as shit here in LA, I'm like, fuck, I'll go sit in a movie and eat an entire bucket of that shit, and then I have to sit there and be like, nope. And I'll eat it before the fucking movie starts sometimes.
You pull like when Tom Cruise called that guy out at the Mission Impossible fucking, like he ate all of his popcorn. He was like, "You don't have any popcorn left." It's like, I'm sorry, do you not know how the normal movie-going public does this? It's like, you eat all of it during the trailers, dude.
Yeah. And then sit there and be like, should I get another?
Yeah, and he gets like some fucking nice seat at F1. He's like, supporting my friends at the movies.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Scientologist. No, I mean, do you do this? Do you like, if the movie's whatever, or even if it's not whatever, do you go halfway through and re-butter the popcorn?
I actually don't put the butter shit on there.
Oh, wow.
It's too intense.
It's too intense.
intense.
I'm weird like that. I like.
No, you're probably for the best.
But
it's already so salty. You don't need the salted butter fucking spray on top.
Yeah.
Lard.
Yeah.
Lard extract.
No, not even like chemically.
It's coconut oil.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's coconut oil.
And that's very fatty.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's number 3. Number 2, ice cold watermelon, baby. I'll cut up a watermelon, put it in the fridge for a day. Next day, blast through an entire Tupperware thing of that shit.
So you can take the guy out of Alabama.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and I'll get country as fuck with it. I'll hit it with the tahini or hit it with some salt. Ooh.
Yeah, a little tahin's nice with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this woman I used to work with at the wine bar. She used to bring slices of watermelon and insist that we have tahini with it.
Man. Oh, it's great. Have you ever do the salt thing? Tahin's like the Mexican version. The redneck version is just straight table salt on there. It's fucking delicious.
I bet it is.
It's one of those like because I'm country, but I'm not that fucking country. You'll hear about people doing that shit, and then you know, one 4th of July happens, and you got both on a table, and you're like, all right, let's try it. You're like, oh shit, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I get it. And number one, and we can move right past this because I know Sam's feelings on the situation. Boiled peanuts, man.
I'm with you 1,000%,
Thank you.
dude. They are so good,
and they're good cold. They're good hot. I'll eat them on I now know that the Clanton Peach Park, halfway between Birmingham and Auburn, on I-65 in Clanton, has a fridge just full of them, Cajun and regular, in Ziploc bags, and I'll just sit there fucking eating them and tossing the shells out the window all the way back to home.
Dude, we used to get something. We would go to this quarry in Leeds before we got run off with a guy with a shotgun.
Hell yeah.
And we would go to this gas station, and they had boiled peanuts, and we would call it burled penis.
Burled penis.
And then we would the Cajun burled penis is the way to go. It was just a delightful little savory treat.
Oh yeah. What you got, Carter?
Okay. Number 3. I know this isn't a single food, but Chinese buffet.
Sure.
It's too hard to nail down single foods. I also have just a couple genres, some genres of food on my list.
Specifically Chinese buffet.
Well, he said dangerous amounts of too, so that is actually a great answer.
Yeah, that's a realistic answer.
That is like my stomach will hurt, and I'll look at it and I'm like, but it's free. Like I'm paying for it. It's not free, but I'm like, but more is free.
It's the same as like a pizza buffet or an Indian food buffet.
Oh, yeah.
But it's hard to cut yourself off when you know you could just get a little more, just a little more, just a couple bites.
I mean, like an Indian buffet, especially Indian buffet or like pizza buffet, like gets edged out just a little bit by Chinese buffet because it's like, man, because I can just do a few more pieces of chicken.
Yeah,
I have just, you know what? I only had one egg roll to start. Maybe I'll have a couple more egg rolls.
When I was a kid, my mom would have book club once a month. My dad and I would go to Mandarin House and throw fucking down,
dude.
And every time, without fail, we'd go up. I would hit the buffet and just get a massive mountain of food.
Yeah.
And my dad would always get the soup. And it was like clockwork. Every time we get back, he'd get the soup first, and then he would go get food. And he would always go, you ever get the soup here? And it was just every time. And I'll be like, no.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
I think like Indian food.
Soup is a distraction.
Like it's minimum 3 plates of Chinese buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Like Indian food, I can do 2 because it's kind of spicy. And But it's, I mean, it's great. And yeah, like pizza, I have like acid reflux for like tomato sauce. So I want to, but it fucking, you know.
Oh, you can't eat pizza anymore?
I mean, I certainly can, but like it just makes me feel like shit afterwards.
That's what you got to get the white sauce.
Yeah, I do. I generally get the white sauce pizza. Okay, number 2. I never eat this for this reason that I can't stop myself eating it if there's a bunch of it around, but donuts.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If someone brings like a thing of donuts and I have one, I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, you know, like I got to eat all fucking 12 of them. My inner cop wants to eat all 12 of them, I guess.
Especially in Los Angeles, I feel like if you brought donuts to a job or something, a lot of other places in America, they'd be gone.
Yeah,
fast. In Los Angeles, there's so many people. It's like, I don't want to eat the sugar.
Oh, you don't want it?
So high calorie.
Yeah. I fucking love it. I mean, it's not even my favorite dessert. Like, I like cookies and ice cream more than donuts, but like, it's just like the thing about donuts is like, they're so airy. I could just like, I have to eat a bunch of them to feel full.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one, I guess donuts is number 2. Number 1, my brothers make fun of me for it forever, is Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
I can fucking eat. I used to eat a box of Cheez-Its every day when I came home from school.
I did make note.
Yes.
While we were recording.
You knew I was going to say Cheez-Its is number 1.
I knew you were going to say Cheez-Its, and I made note while we were recording the last This Is Rad episode. Carter was sitting 2 seats down from me, and someone brought out a box of Cheez-It mix, and the lore of you and Cheez-Its is on this podcast and not theirs and runs so deep. I didn't mention it, but I did giggle, and you can hear me giggling as I watched you eat Cheez-Its.
I kept going for it too.
So listeners to both podcasts, y'all will know what's up when you hear like because Carter's eating Cheez-Its.
When you're at hour 4 and 45 minutes in, when that happens.
It's like one of those things too where it's like it was like hanging out on the table for an hour. Like, I'm just gonna let it sit there.
I know.
I'm gonna open it.
I think
it's for us, right? It's for us.
It might have even been like when people were being very serious and sentimental, and I was just like,
Yeah, no, I think I was trying to hold the mic away from my head. So I was like, yeah. Kyle's like, and on a personal note,
Yeah. I think you would handed the mic off to either Seth or Brent at that point.
I had it resting on my leg because I was fucking chowing down on them shits.
So
I mean, yeah,
I watched it. It was great,
dude. I gained so much weight as a child from them.
They're great.
They're fucking great.
I managed it, but it's rare that I go over to Kyle's house and do not eat way too much.
Too much. Oh, God.
Yeah. It's kind of
I don't go over there that often, but anytime I do, it's a disaster. This time they didn't. I think a thing that saved me is they didn't have as much food available.
Yeah, that was
so
that
I
was
feel
pretty
like
clutch.
more of a pig to eat a lot. You know?
Yeah, well.
I definitely had a round of eating the cold left out stuff before I said bye to everybody.
I didn't know.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna eat 3 more cookies or
That's
something.
what you do there.
She brought so many cookies.
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking good too.
Great cookies. Well, Sam, what are your... Well, actually, I should say, by the way, the other, because Chris is a devoted listener and devoted Discord member, so I would have chosen this anyway, but it's a little bit, fortuitous that he asked this question because we just passed the 7th anniversary of Sam's first appearance on this show, episode 198, which is called... Overeating. So compare and contrast maybe what we said in
you were on here before me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I lived here before, for several years before you. I think.
Was there a you, Rivers, and Pat?
Yeah, classic lineup.
There was for a couple months.
The one, yeah.
Wow.
I forget how long that lasted before Pat had to move.
Yeah. Well, Pat had a baby, so I don't think he'd even moved.
And a job thing, and
he had moved. He didn't move till 2020, but he had a baby, so he was just like, I gotta do baby stuff. I'm like, all right.
And we were like, you fucking traitor,
loser,
fucking
traitor, Pat, turncoat motherfucker.
Yeah,
you said you were down for life. Blood in, blood out,
dude. Just so you guys know, dude, just so there's no worries about it, I will never have kids nor get a good job.
Yeah.
By the way,
I mean, I don't even have to make the promise. The universe will just never let it happen.
Dude, real quick side note, I did go to Vancouver and hung out with Dr. Pat, and before I went, he texted me. He was just like, yeah, you get to meet my crazy kid. That was the most well-behaved child I've ever been around.
Course,
I don't know. I was expecting him to be bouncing off the walls. He was just like, hello, just chilling, watching fucking soccer on TV. I'm like,
soccer too.
Yeah. Hey, he's a
generation soft.
He's a Canadian.
This generation likes different stuff than me. I don't like that.
He's probably getting his news from The Guardian.
Yeah.
Smart kid.
Actually, I think it was hockey. I'm really good at sports. That's how you know.
Hockey and soccer are similar in some ways.
Yeah,
they both have a goalie.
Yeah,
they have rowdy fans.
What's your top three, Sam?
And in no particular order for me, macaroni and cheese.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Which I made for Thanksgiving with crushed up Cheez-Its as the crust.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fucking, oh my God.
I got the extra crispy ones. Oh, shit.
If I could just get even just the Stouffer's bullshit cooked in the oven, dude. If I had, and when Rivers texted me this, he said, if you had 24/7 access to I'd be fucking before bed being like, oh, I'll just go have one more bowl of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
When people make it a side, I'm like, this is decadent.
Uh-huh.
There's this place by my house called Electric Owl, and they have macaroni and cheese as a plate of it. And I'm like, this is the way it should be eaten. Because getting it on the side feels like so decadent, but so good.
Fred 62 up the street also has a pretty fucking crazy macaroni and cheese.
Ooh, nice.
They add a couple things into it, so you're like, I have a vegetable in here. You really get to lie to yourself.
Get a sliver of jalapeno.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. It's a vegetable now.
Yeah, I would that shit would ruin my life. all these things on my list are things that would ruin my life.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to do too.
And I guess I was really thinking ice cream.
Ice cream
would be in there.
Fucking
any
A.
dessert like cookies or ice cream. Those are my two favorite.
Yeah.
If I had any of those, I'd be so much fatter than I am now.
Do you know about the free ice cream machine at the Magic Castle Hotel?
No. Oh, you've told me about it, but I would never do anything like this. And my girlfriend would never allow me to do anything like this.
Anytime I pick up a tour group from Magic Castle Hotel, at the end of the day, I'm always like, I'm going to follow you guys inside.
Sure.
Just act like I'm with your family. And then they walk upstairs and I break off and get me a free ice cream cone.
Play it cool, everyone.
Yeah.
Don't be a narc.
No, yeah. Don't. Yeah, nobody gets hurt. Get my fucking ice cream.
They like snap their fingers and you're back outside.
Oh yeah, and I worked at a softball field, so I know how to properly like swirl the shit. I'm doing it like a pro.
Me and Carly, we get a weekly sweet treat.
Oh yeah,
on Larchmont, and it's shame how those people know us.
Salt and straw.
Oh, you know it. Oh, that's the best ice cream in LA.
Hell
It's
yeah.
good.
I mean, that's
fucking good.
You know.
God, and I wanted to put some sort of protein on here too.
Yeah,
and that's tough.
Fried shrimp would be mine.
Yeah, that or fried any sort of fried chicken, either wings,
chicken
tenders with the bone in, any kind of fried chicken. And also, if I had unlimited access to like a sandwich, like a Philly cheesesteak or an Italian or just if I had unlimited access to any sort of food I like.
I am just imagining like a cartoon of a guy whose mouth is wide open and there's just an endless sandwich like coming off of the line.
Please.
Just going in.
Please, I would do it.
Oh shit!
Like a Shaggy situation.
I just had a sandwich from Giada's for the first time.
I went there for the first time yesterday. Holy shit!
It's pretty good. I had the
It's good.
Italian. What'd you have?
I got the Italian. I still have
Pretty
half
good.
of it in the fridge. I'm a fucking.
I also had half of it in the fridge and ate it the next day.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
They're very large portions.
They're huge. Yeah.
Christy
It's good
got
shit.
the honey mustard chicken.
Oh, okay.
Nice chicken cutlet with some broccoli sauce, some honey mustard on it.
I got the eggplant fries. And those are fucking
eggplant
good.
fries.
I didn't even
Really
notice
good.
that was on the
Yeah.
menu.
Interesting.
I mean, it was like fried eggplant, just sliced thin.
I wanted to get the
Delicious.
eggplant parmesan.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna. Well, their eggplant was so good. I'm gonna do it next
Dude,
time.
this weekend on Friday, I had wood-fired pizza, and on Saturday, I had buca di beppo, and then on Sunday, I had an Italian sub from Giada's.
Damn, dude.
I'm Italian.
I'm
I was
Italian.
gonna say, dude.
Jesus. Oh man. Well, last one here. This is our friend Yorgo. Wants to know top 3 Waffle House jukebox jams.
And what the hell does this mean?
So Sam's how much waffle? Because you're a Texas guy.
They just didn't have a. As far as I knew in Austin, they only had 2 locations or 3 that I knew about. And by the time my parents never wanted to go there.
Okay.
By the time I was old enough to go by myself, I think they had all closed down.
Okay, yeah. So it's not as much in the culture in Texas, Yorgo, but
We're talking the flipping
Yes.
pages of CDs.
We have mom and pop diners in Texas, in Austin.
Yeah.
And if you eat at the fucking chain ones, you aren't cool, man.
Do they have jukeboxes and stuff?
No, because no one wants to be fucking annoyed by that bullshit.
Oh, well, that's the thing is now you can very easily be annoyed by it because they have the digital jukeboxes where you can just play anything. So if you want to be a dick and play Metal Machine music, you fucking can, and that should be outlawed. Back in the day, Waffle House, as Carter mentioned, had the flippable books of singles, A side and B side. And then at the top, they had the digital version, which was albums. And there was a much shorter list of full albums.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of made my list centered around.
Yeah.
Is that the idea of that?
And as far as, the culture of it, I've said many times, in most small towns in the Deep South, maybe not so much in Texas, but in the Deep South, most small towns, Waffle House is the only thing that is open 24/7. And so if you go there at a certain hour, all the weirdos are there, and it's every flavor of weirdo. You'll see a guy who's a long-haul truck driver next to a farmer who's on meth, next to a 15-year-old goth who's having their birthday party.
Yeah.
Like, it's everybody there.
Everyone's drunk.
Yeah, and usually most of those people are drunk. And so with that in mind, you have to, at least in my head, you want to like kind of, curate a certain atmosphere with your choices. And so mine,
Would you guys actually put on music when you go in?
Always, yeah. Because we'd walk in and it was old school jukebox, so sometimes you'd have to wait for whoever selected it.
Yeah.
But it was cool because if the house music was just playing through the jukebox, it would immediately kill it when you put the coin in. So if you walked in and they were playing something fucking lame, you'd be like, dude, fucking Seeger, now.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's pretty much the standard.
Yeah, so that's my number 3, because they did have one of the full CDs they had was Bob Seger's Greatest Hits, and I fucking threw on Rock and Roll Never Forgets. That was always my go-to, and man, there's nothing like just sitting down and eating a bunch of fucking carbs at 2 a.m, just rock and roll I'll never forget.
Oil and potatoes and bread and butter.
Seeger.
Yeah, it's cigarette ash. And,
Seeger. Detroit's finest, fucking Bob Seger. Number 2, they always had a good country music selection, but there was something about the Waffle House that you could play old school country music and it would stick, but you almost needed a little bit of that like late 80s, 90s sort of sheen to it. It had to be a little bit bullshitty. And with that in mind, Brooks and Dunn's Neon Moon.
oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
That is like a Waffle House fucking perfect song. It is, because it's not as like rough and raw as like a Waylon Jennings or a Willie Nelson, but it's not as like detestable as what would come later in the 90s.
Sure.
It's not Trace Atkins. It's right in that middle zone as far as country music goes. And the number 1, this one has just a very fond memory attached to it. Black Water by the Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
So the Waffle House in my town for many years was the one across from the mall, and there was a club behind it called Twistas. And so we used to sit at the Waffle House in high school and just watch people getting their cars towed and just fighting and just crazy shit happening at Twistas while we're inside the very air-conditioned Waffle House just watching like, wow, that's good. College is going to be crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And one time we're sitting there, we put on Blackwater by the Doobie Brothers. The last part of that is the a cappella kind of, they're singing around where someone's going, like to hear that funky Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. And then someone goes, I want a honky tonk. And then someone else goes, pretty mama, like that. And my friend Mark, Adam, and I are sitting there doing that, being drunk and annoying high school kids. And a man with like steaming fucking dishes comes around the corner from the counter and just goes, by the hand, take me by the hand. And I was like, if this was in a movie, it would seem fake.
Yeah.
But it happened. So always going to ride for Doobie Brothers, Tom and the Boys with Blackwater. What you got, Carter?
Yeah, there's definitely like an American graffiti element to that scene you just painted.
Oh, yeah. And you could smoke in there back in the day.
You could
that
smoke
was the other thing.
You could
They're
smoke
one
in
of
there.
the last holdouts for smoking in restaurants.
And boy, did Drama Club and Goth Kid smoke clubs in there all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just
it's disgusting.
It was some sort of like holding cell for.
Oh yeah,
your drunk child.
A thing you just won't ever see again is a half-eaten plate of hash browns with a cigarette stubbed out in the fucking hash brown oil,
scattered, smothered, and covered, dude.
You have to do that at home now. You can't just see that in public.
Yeah, you can't do that in public. But yeah, when I was thinking about the jukebox, I was thinking about like the version of it that was like in the Waffle House.
Yeah.
That was by me in Birmingham.
Oh yeah,
and they never updated it.
No.
So the most recent thing that was on there would be number 3, which was like Semisonic's Closing Time.
Ooh, wow.
That would be the most recent thing. Like they would have the whole Feeling Strangely Fine album available. But yeah, and then people would put that on just because it's perpetually that song going on in everyone's head throughout the course of the meal.
Fuck, I love that.
I would say number 2.
Did you ever play any of the Waffle House originals?
No, I remember people would play. I was like, you got to play one of the originals.
Got to play Raisins in My Toast.
Yeah. I would. You know what? I would go Bob Seger, but a different way. Same album though.
Yeah,
Night Moves.
Night
dude.
Moves. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like getting all wistful about
about
shit.
having sex in the woods.
Having sex in the woods while
the
you're
trusty
eating
old woods.
Yeah, in the backwood, in the alley, the trusty wood.
That's what he says. The trusty old woods.
I used her, she used me, but neither of us care. We was getting our share.
Jesus, Bob.
Pump the brakes, Bob.
Woods.
let's pump the brakes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I guess like number 1, I would what's like a song that is like better if only listened through a Waffle House jukebox.
Drunk in a Diner.
Yeah.
Drunk in a Diner.
Drunk in a Diner. We used to play The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel because it was always very funny. Just
I would say
old time rock and roll.
Old time rock and roll.
Some a little groovy.
Yeah, Johnny Cash was a big one.
Oh, dude,
too.
Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh, fuck yeah,
that'd be good.
Oyster Cult. That's. I mean, like I think I'm bringing the vibe down a little bit, but it's like it's late night, and
Don't Fear the Reaper is as a hype up song to me.
Yeah,
it's a rocker. Sam, what do you got for jukebox classics?
Well, since I've never seen these, I just got to go with the vibe of Waffle House mixed with the new digital any song thing.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like if you're gonna be in a Waffle House, you could bring down the establishment by playing a Jelly Roll ballad.
Oh, there's
the hardest of men would put down their fork and knife to cry a little bit.
There's probably so much
There'd be
Jelly
girls
Roll.
being like, I love this song.
Yeah.
I know that you're a loser and you're sitting in the Waffle House right now, baby. I know you're 38 and you think it's too late for you, but it ain't too late for you, baby. I'm the size of a Zeppelin, but it doesn't matter because I'm a star and so can you be. I got face tattoos because I paid the right guy off, and I'll tell you something else right now. You can be a star, baby. Here's words to live by: big Texas bacon cheesesteak plate. Smothered, covered in cat, baby. Hash browns.
What even award show was that? Was that the Kids' Choice Awards?
The Country Music Awards. Because he's a country artist.
Yeah,
of course.
Yes, Lil Nas X is not, but this fucking moron is.
Yeah.
And since it's in the South, I also got to give a shout out to our man Ryan Upchurch. Let's put one of those songs on.
All right now.
Yeah.
The guy who is a fan. He's at least listened to a YouTube clip and seen the live stream once before unfollowing me because I don't know if he wasn't interested or it's because I made fun of him.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to Ryan.
But he's gone full on like yelling at the camera about how the industry fucked him and he's more real than everyone. And
that's usually how that goes.
You got to follow guys like that on Instagram. Yeah. Follow Necro.
The rapper,
the rapper. That's how I found out we bombed Iran.
Just through Necro?
Yeah, Necro's Instagram account. He's big into politics these days. He has the wrong opinion on everything, but he's big into politics.
Yeah, I'm just keeping you updated.
He was just saying how we got to attack Iran because America's like the big homie on the block and Israel's like the little homie you look out for. He literally wrote that. It's just like, your idea of the world is so fucking warped.
Yeah, so he's like one of those, like, you got to fight the deep state and also be deeply Trumpy. And
yeah, exactly.
Dude.
The deep state is out to stop you unless you support Trump.
I had a sad realization in 2011. I got an iPhone, and then 2 weeks later is when they killed Osama bin Laden. And I realized that if I didn't have a smartphone, I would have found out that they killed Osama bin Laden when John Cena announced it on Raw.
We have caught and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin Laden.
Because I think it was still a PG era.
Yeah,
you couldn't be like, we killed that motherfucker good.
Compromised, and I was like, reading Twitter on my phone. I was like, boy, if I'd gotten this phone tomorrow, this is how I would have found out. Oh shit!
And then what else would they love? I mean, you could play like Jermaine Dupri, Welcome to Atlanta.
Hell yeah.
Some ludicrous song, Southern Hospitality.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, how about a little Friends in Low Places by Garth fucking Brooks?
That was always that kind of fits in that same zone as Brooks and Dunn, Dwight Yoakam, that kind of era. And then as far as Ludacris go, we definitely, if we'd had the option, would have played Got a Big Weed Stash, Pocket Full of Cash, Just Seen a Big Ol' Ass.
Or the Licky Licky song.
Yeah.
As the 7th grade DJ called it. Not playing no Licky Licky song, kids. Stop requesting it.
Shit.
Guys,
guys,
I've had it about right here with it, okay?
But yeah, those are my three.
Hell yeah.
Of a guy who's never been into Waffle House. When I first started going to Fat Burger, they still had the jukebox
in there.
and they still have one in now, but they just have a paper on it
cardboard thing that
says we play our own music now.
Yeah.
I think in every one that had the flip CD one, they'd always have a copy of Queen's Greatest Hits.
Yep.
No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Semisonic's Feeling Strangely Fine.
I always had Automatic for the People. It reminds me of that
Automatic for the People was always in there.
Aerosmith's Get a Grip.
Yes, fuck yeah. Yeah, 90s Aerosmith.
Yeah, bad 90s Aerosmith.
Oh yeah. No, those were like
Wallflowers, whatever, the one with the 6th Avenue Heartache. That one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yourself or Someone Like You by Matchbox 20.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the Pizza Hut because our Waffle House had singles, like I said, and then just a couple of CDs. That I'm thinking Pizza Hut. That's what it reminds me of as far as that goes. Well, yeah. Shout out to Andy. Shout out to
Thank
Chris,
you for the questions.
And shout out to Yorgo, who by the way, he's got a new book out. Yorgo's a science fiction and fantasy writer. He's got several books you can check out on his website: sci-fi, comedy, horror, steampunk, whatever you like. You can find it at www.yr1stories.com. Shout out to Yorgo, listening in
Yorgo.
Indiana.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
We have time for just one more segment, and of course, this is our jam of the week. Oh, folks, is it...
Get me back to God's country, motherfucker.
Is it Learning to Fly by Tom Petty? Exactly, no. Even though that is the riff. That is the
riff.
The exact chord progression.
He Kid Rocked the Learning to Fly riff.
Oh, yeah.
As Kid Rock did for Sweet Home Alabama.
Absolutely. Well, I decided, we need something a little more recent in the rotation here at Jam of the Week. This is from last year. This
song is huge, yeah.
Song of the Summer from 2024. This is...
It was an espresso.
No.
This is Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen with their song I Had Some Help off of Post Malone's album F1 Trillion. So, just the most enlightened people in the world loving this song. 193 million views, 32,260 comments, and I read every goddamn last one of them.
I love it.
Post Malone does seem like a person put together by AI.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. To be a millionaire who's like, you know what? I like my Ford truck.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
And rapping and Bud Light. And I face tattoos.
Those Bud Light commercials with him and Shane Gillis are too much. I can't stand them.
I wish there was no internet-informed commercials. Like, just be lame as fuck. You're to be made fun of.
Yeah.
Commercials are not supposed to be clever.
Let's dive down into the YouTube comments for this modern classic. First up, this is Implint from 1 year ago. Pop music like this, feel like I'm on the top. Makes me fight the cops. Make it dope. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome to the revolution, my friend.
Make it dope.
Yeah. I like to make it dope when I fight the cops.
But first thing, make it dope.
They keep accusing me of drunk driving. That's bullshit. I was just trying to charge my Tesla.
Strip fighting in the streets.
James Steiner 5 months ago. I love this song.
Steiner recliner.
Yeah. I should do it in the Big Papa Point voice. I love this song. You see, 16 years ago, I went a little crazy. But, boy, I had some help. Boy, these little girls provoke me.
Oh, no.
16 years ago is a real specific amount of time. Were you in prison?
Definitely.
Is that what happened?
Definitely.
These little girls.
Yeah.
Jail
Provoking me. Why? Don't provoke me.
You're being provocative. That's provocative.
That's provocative. Stay in the fucking house. I'm not giving you the house, but I'll let you stay there. Okay?
Okay. I got rid of my Lakers tickets.
Man, it's about time for the annual listen to that. It shows your fucking pussy from behind. And that green thing was enough. That's provocative. Man.
Oh, Mel Gibson, 2011.
Yeah, boy. On some sauce.
Jesus. Heidi Lynn, 8 months ago. I am a recovering alcoholic, and I went through a lot of trauma growing up. I spent years to overcome and heal so my children don't have to go through what I did. Jelly Roll, God is speaking to you. So many,
this is Skinny Jelly Roll.
Thank you.
That's the wrong guy.
He's on Ozempic now, I feel like. He's been looking thinner.
Thank you for being a man who trusts God, Jelly Roll. I was like, the song went to the next song, I think, lady.
Yeah, this
Not
is
Jelly Roll anymore.
They're the same.
Oh, yeah, they are the same. Yeah.
This is Smuckers. This
is Jimmy Height 2 months ago. I don't know what it is, but this song just makes my morning with a hot cup of coffee and knowing that my ex-wife is lonely and miserable while my new wife is carrying our first child. Just another good day.
I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad.
No.
Last I heard, she has cancer.
And what do I have?
A new baby?
A pregnant wife and a pile of smashed coffee cups.
Thank you, Morgan Wallen.
I get it. Sometimes caffeine makes me feel aggro too. You ever just drink a cup and you're like, damn, I'm hyped up in the wrong way.
Ready to fuck this day up.
Well, this guy feels a certain way. Jerry, 77, 1 year ago. I will fart on Cassie's picture every likes I get on comments.
Oh, God.
Is this a big Diddy supporter?
I guess so.
I
think it's Cassie's a personal.
I think it's someone I think it's his ex or someone he knows. He's like, I will sit here and fart on this picture.
I think you're right, because this was 1 year ago.
Oh, yeah. And it didn't have that many likes. It had like 4.
He tried to do it one time. He's like, here it comes, Cassie. And he just shits his pants.
I ruined the picture.
And my underalls. My underoos.
Underalls.
Ooh, new invention. Actually, that's what they wore in the Wild West. Actually, those
underalls,
those Union suits where they would like sew them into them. Yeah, long johns.
Yeah, the butt flap comes out.
Yeah. Pax a Pep from 9 months ago. I thought this guy was a weird white rapper jumping on trends, but after listening to a lot of his songs, this shit is very gas and amazing. Sorry, Post Malone.
Yeah, you had it read all wrong. He's not a trend-hopping fucking algorithm guy. No.
Yeah.
This is the music he's been trying to make and hasn't gotten around to it.
Right. I used to think water was wet, but I'm starting to change my mind.
I thought you were an illegitimate rapper, but now I know you're an illegitimate country artist.
Yeah. Tristan Troutwine 1 year ago. These guys are the definition of poser. Every modern country artist is. They're just pandering to all of you, and you feed right into it. Love this song, though. It's like, dude,
all right.
Shout out. All right. The Kool-Aid tastes good. I don't know what you guys are bitching about.
This sucks, but I love it.
Rello there from 1 year ago. Dear brothers, stand by my side. I will ride. This is what biker gangs are all about. I will submit and ask you to dance honestly, honey.
Can you fucking dance? Huh? Look, I'm no more bullshit. We're not going to yell, but just dance a little bit.
Did you even watch season 4 of Sons of Anarchy? I fucking did. I took it to heart.
This is what the bikers listen to at the end of the night at Waffle House.
Exactly.
They're like, put on the Post Malone ballad.
100%.
I need to cry a little.
Oh, yeah. Chris Mestek from 1 year ago. Love you, brother. I'm watching you on Kill Tony from the Kia Forum right now. Life is good, brother. I'm moving to Austin. That's a dream of mine to attend Kill Tony. See you there.
So you're already at Kill Tony. You're already attending Kill Tony.
They showed that on, I believe, Netflix. Them at the Kia forums. I think he's at work somewhere watching Netflix, or maybe at home, and then being like, one of these days, man, I'm gonna go to Austin to Kill Tony.
Man, I'm so glad I don't live in Austin. I'm so sad I'm from Austin.
Dude, you could be up there on the dais with Jordan Peterson and Post Malone, cracking wise.
JD Vance, all the funniest people in the
Marjorie
world.
Taylor Greene, cracking wise.
Here's the most anti-war president of my lifetime.
Rather Tony Hinchcliffe laughs.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Tremel from 7 months ago. You got nothing to worry about, honey. I'm going to blame the FBI for all my shortcomings. Oh, and I just want to help you self-destruct. All right.
Excuse me?
Get away from whoever this guy is, lady.
I want to help you fucking self-destruct.
I think Post Malone is, and Morgan Wallen both right now. If you pop pills and drink, I think these are two of the hottest artists you could listen to.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't associate with rap music.
So the way I actually found this song, I was when I was back home in Alabama, I went up and visited a friend of mine who's got a lake house on Lake Martin, and there was like a heat lightning storm going on. So it was this beautiful night. We're all sitting out on the deck. We hadn't seen each other in a long time, me and my friends, watching heat lightning in the distance. And this fucking song is being played so loud from the lake house across the lake from them that I was able to Shazam it. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I Shazammed it. I was like, well, I got to start looking at these comments. And I just couldn't even, I stopped looking at the beautiful nature of the lightning storm happening to look at my phone. I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
This podcast has broken your brain.
Oh, absolutely.
You have more fun researching than hanging out with friends.
People I haven't seen in years that have kids now and shit. People with different lives.
Oh, see, how are your kids doing? How are my YouTube comments doing? No one ever asked about my YouTube comments.
You won't believe.
I'm kind of on Rivers' side. He's like, I don't give a fuck how your kids are doing.
No, actually,
he's really starting to talk. I'm like, great.
I might have even said this on here, but my friend Rachel, who, again, I haven't seen in a long time, she comes in and she has her son in her arms. I was like, oh my God, how you doing? And I kind of gave her a hug, and her kid looks at me and then looks at her and then just vomited on her. I was like, all right, well, you go take care of that. I'm going to sit down and chat with your
Kids love to throw
I'm going to
up
go sit down with my disposable income.
Chat it up with your sister. Anna Will, 8 months ago, husband cheated. There are no good men anymore. They just want you for sex or money, and then they sleep with Angela Darst and an AIDS bitch named Jamie Chapman. I trust no man.
Oh, damn.
Jesus. Oh, my God.
He's sleeping with the
Anna.
AIDS bitch.
What's his first and last name, Anna? Jesus.
Can we Google them?
I tried.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, couldn't find
Angela
anything.
Darst.
Could nothing conclusive happen.
You didn't Google AIDS bitch?
Yeah, you have to put it in quotes.
AIDS bitch and wife of Fred Darst.
Yeah. This guy I love. Brian CX 1 year ago. So this song should just be Morgan Wallen featuring Post. Post sucks at country, and he's a huge coke and meth head. He tells people this. People like me that bought VIP tickets to his show. This dumbass just blurts crap. So this guy,
100% believable.
It's not only is it believable, but also now I kind of want to get a VIP ticket to a Post Malone show, because if based on what this guy's saying, his whole post show is his meet and greet is him being like, I do a lot of coke and meth. Did you know that?
It can't be cheap to get VIP tickets to Post Malone.
I watched him live on some internet stream at some festival, and he drank 6 Bud Lights during his set.
Jesus Christ.
And he didn't have to piss. So I was like, are these fake cans full of nothing that he's just opening, or is he have a diaper on? No one drinks 6 Bud Lights without pissing.
Or unless you like slam them and then you have to pee really bad later. He's just trying to get that collected effect of being drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. It might just be to look cool. You know how cool you look when you drink Bud Light?
He's a relatable guy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just a regular guy with dumb face tattoos.
I remember when there's a story going around that he always had he would make the promoter set up a beer pong table in the green room. And I was like, damn, this guy's a fucking loser. This guy's a straight up fucking loser.
He's just a real dude, man.
Millionaire playing beer pong, talking about my F-150.
Yeah.
God damn.
Got a couple more here. John Blaze 10 months ago.
Is this Method Man?
My personal... well, maybe, because he wrote a remix. He says,
okay.
My personal John Blaze remix to this track is fire as hell. Here it goes.
Here goes.
Bitch, you said this was hell. Bitch, you dragged my body to your deepest, darkest cell. But, bitch, that's why you should call me John Blaze, because I'm fire as well. And shit, if it is what it is, I'm the real John Blaze in hell. And you know how we do it. We do it well. The dream don't work without the teamwork. Yeah, fucking bitch. I had some help. All right. Hey, it kind of fits into a meter at least.
Is it too early to say he's got a hit on his hands?
I mean,
it's like,
based on all the other like parodies.
You heard it here first, folks. Like the John Blaze fucking
the John Blaze train is leaving the station. You got to hop on.
We're owed some sort of royalties if this song charts. Because we premiered it technically.
We're helping promote it. You should at least cut us off a little check.
Yeah, you need to give baby a taste. Is what I say to this fucking guy.
J-Rad 1 year ago. This song goes out to my ex.
So Jared.
Yeah. Jared for 1 year ago. This song goes out to my ex and every other woman you meet who's a quote-unquote strong, independent, perfect woman who doesn't need a man except his money that I still fucking live off of. But none of that will come up until I've got you under my thumb and I've manipulated you. Good luck, broskies. I feel bad for you. Truly. Me? I'm going to play it smart from now on. She will know not to take credit for all the things I've done and still never have kids with one again. I made sure of that. Be smart, brothers.
Damn, dude.
So
he's had it rough.
Public service announcement
get a vasectomy.
Dude, here's the thing. Y'all sold J-Rad short, dude.
Yeah.
You thought J-Rad didn't see this coming.
Nah.
You know what I mean? He's been scheming.
J-Rad sees all.
Yeah, J-Rad sees all, dude. Now that she's like moved on, quote unquote, and has like another, life, quote unquote.
I've got a fifth eye. How do you like that?
You fucking stepped right into my trap, bitch. that clip's gonna haunt me forever.
And Carter, and the award for Oscar goes to Carter. Wait a minute.
Yeah, for greatest Oscar of all time.
We just motherfucking found a clip of you saying some shit.
Dude, I'm gonna bloom when I'm 45.
I believe it.
And finally, Francisco Sorrento from 1 year ago. I was in a really bad place a few months ago. I actually went to the hospital after I discovered that my girlfriend, who's been by my side for 3 years, was cheating on me. I got mad. I dislocated my shoulder, destroying my room. That wasn't on purpose, but it happened. Thank you for existing and your inspiring work.
How old are you?
I
to just be like, I need to go destroy my room so hard I hurt myself.
Is that like giving the people's elbow off your bed or something?
That's what I was wondering, because normally if you're going to hurt yourself destroying your room, it's like you break your hand or fuck up your knuckles. It's not your shoulder.
Yeah.
Was he doing like flying shoulder tackles into the walls and
I'm
shit?
imagining him trying to like flip over a bookcase that's way too heavy or something.
Yeah, dislocates his shoulder.
This is definitely like a teenager.
But he said 8 years.
Yeah. He said he's been the girlfriend's been by his side for 3 years.
Oh,
so,
never mind.
But
It is
still,
a teenager.
I mean, hey, it might be. I don't know teenagers that say like she was by my side for 3 years.
They take things way too serious.
Yeah.
For 75 fortnights, she rode beside me.
Because when you're in high school, 3 years is a significant portion of your life.
Yeah, good point. Well, anyway, hope your shoulder feels better now, Francisco. That is Morgan Wallen, as well as Post Malone, even though he doesn't deserve top billing, with their song, I Had Some Help, our jam of the week.
Y'all thought J-Rad didn't see it coming, dude.
Carter, where can people find you online?
Carter_Glasscock on Instagram and Threads and Facebook and fucking, the hits. You can find me there.
Sam, where can people find you online?
Sam Harder 666 on Instagram, Slam Harder, same address on Threads, Slam Harder on Blue Sky. Check me out on the Discord at the Goods from the Woods live streaming page, which is just the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Stream live every Thursday at 5.
Absolutely. Join the Discord, linktree.com/thegoodspod. Join us on the YouTube, youtube.com/thegoodspod. You can find me on most forms of social media at Rivers Langley. And of course, you can buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/thegoodspod. Make you look skinny on TV. New design coming very, very soon. And of course, the best way to support our show, hey, if you're watching all this, you're already doing it. It's patreon.com/thegoodspod. Second best way to support our show, you can head to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave a comment, rate, review, and subscribe. Tell a friend about our show. That shows the attitude of gratitude. And if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, a big guy from Georgia is going to put his dick on your game cam. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.
You fucking stepped right into my trap, bitch.